Alright guys, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. It's your Sweet Tea with Don D. By the way, let me know if you want me to change my channel name to that. Drop the comments below. Alright, so let's, I have gotten some inquiries, and there's still apparently a lot of people that think, you remember that video with Summer Wells sleeping on the milk, and then it pans around and shows Candace driving. There's a lot of people that still think that Candace is driving the Subaru in that video, and she is not. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the differences and prove to you she was not driving the Subaru in that video with Summer Wells sleeping. Okay, so first off, Don and Candace have, I can't remember what year it is now, maybe a 2018 to 2020 Subaru Crosstrek. And Granus was driving a probably around a 2005 to 2008 Chevrolet Silverado 1500. Okay, so big differences. The instrument cluster on the Chevy 1500 Silverado has gauges in the instrument cluster, the speedometer, and I believe the tachometer. If you don't know what tachometer is, that's the needle that tells you how many RPMs your engine's going. So you've got the tachometer, and then you got the speedometer, and they're separate, or actually they're close together. In Granus's truck, they're close together, right next to each other on the instrument cluster or instrument panel in Granus's truck. Okay. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and show it to you here. Here, look at this. Look at this picture. Alright, so now in Don and Candace's Subaru Crosstrek, you've got in the instrument cluster, you've got, I think, the tachometer and you got speedometer, but they're separated way apart by a display in the middle, a digital display. And in that display, I think it tells you, it's got the odometer in it, maybe the outside temperature, and it tells you what gear that you're in. On that little display that's in between both gauges on the cluster. So on Granus's Silverado 1500, the gauges are real close together. They're like this. And on Candace's Subaru, they're spread out. Let me show you the picture of Candace's Subaru. So there, you can see the major differences on the instrument cluster right there behind the steering wheel. So, and you can see it in that video whenever they pan it back around. And the other thing too is the gear shifter. The gear shifter on both vehicles. The gear shifter on the Subaru Crosstrek is in the floor between both front driver's side and passenger side seat. It's in the it's right there at the console in between both front seats. Granus's Chevy Silverado, the 1500 that she's driving, it's got one up here behind the steering wheel that you pull forward and shift down, shifting the gears. It's up right behind the steering wheel. And now on Candace's Crosstrek, she does have something over here, but it's the signal switch. It would be, well, no, it's going to be her where she, the thing comes out to operate your windshield wipers. that's going to be your windshield wiper arm, if you will. So, but no, the Subaru has a gear shifter in the floor, where the truck has a gear shifter up by the instrument cluster behind the steering wheel. So that's the differences, guys. And let me show you the picture of, I've done a freeze frame of the video. Let me show that to you here. So in that freeze frame, you can see Candace driving, and if you look at the instrument cluster, the gauges are close together, and the gear shifter, you can see the gear shifter right there beside the steering wheel, because it comes out and curves. Windshield wiper, you know, your windshield wiper switch arm, or the windshield wiper bar that's got the switch on it, they don't really curve, they just come straight out. But as you can tell, the gear on that model of truck, the gear shifter comes out and then it curves and goes out. And I'm thinking at the end of that gear shifter is you can push a button in or switch something to like you can turn the overdrive on and off. You know, if you're hauling a trailer, something like that, like if you're hauling something, you can turn the overdrive off. It's got that on it too. Oh, and the other thing too is with Summer in the back seat, okay, with Summer in the back seat, you can see this little U-shaped, what am I going to call that? I'm just going to call it a pull string, because I think you pull up on that to lower the seat, to stick stuff down behind the seat. And let me show you on the Silverado 1500, because you can see it. I went and took a picture of it. Someone had one for sale, and I took a picture of it. So take a look at this. All right, so there's another reason why you can definitely tell that the video with Summer sleeping on milk jugs was taken in Granus's Chevy Silverado 1500. So I hope that helps, because apparently there's still quite a few people out there that are asking, you know, and they're kind of like, I guess they're seeing the wrong thing, and they're like saying, you know, I think Candace was driving that Subaru when they videoed Summer. But hopefully this explains everything and puts it to rest. So if you can, share the video, that way it gets out there, and you know, a lot more people see it. And I'm sure people's already went over it, which is why I'm shocked that people are still saying that Candace was driving the Subaru during that video with Summer sleeping on the milk jugs. So anyway, I hope this settles that, guys. And again, let me know if you want me to change my channel to Sweet Tea with Dawn B. What do you think about that? So leave some comments below, hit that like button, and see you guys on the next video. Bam!